Hi, I'm Deborah Roth from Spirited Living, and I'm delighted to be here again this month for the next installment in my Spiritual Practices series with the Wellness Universe. I've been connected with them for several years now. I've actually done a couple year-long series and excited about this one because it's very personal to me. It really encompasses a lot of, so many of the practices, the meditations and chants and all kinds of things that I do, many of them every day, and love to share them with you. The one that I'm introducing this month, this is the fourth time that I've shared one with you, is actually an original. So many of the other spiritual practices that I've had, I've found ones that I loved and I made them my own. This one is called Earthmending. And it literally came to me, this doesn't happen very often, I have to say. It came to me, at least 12 years ago, maybe a little bit more, when I was doing one of my tree sits, as I call them. When I go out, my favorite place to meditate in the world is under a tree, just about any tree, but a tree next to running water is especially wonderful, but I love being in deep forests. And this just bubbled up, or as people often say when they get these hits from their higher self, their intuition. I'm not sure what this was. I have some ideas that I downloaded it because this wasn't something I'd ever really heard about before. And what it is a connection to the earth through trees and literally mending the earth. That's what I heard when this came to me. And I was sitting under a tree next to this very busy running river. And what came to me was to be able, with my back up against the tree, so really kind of melding I'm kind of recreating it, closing my eyes and recreating that feeling I get when I'm sitting under a tree with my back, my spine connected with their spine, my torso connected with the torso of the tree. And to envision light coming down from the cosmos, from God, Goddess, all there is, however you want to describe it, and in through the crown of my head, and then very slowly down through my body, and then out. And this, I'm in a sitting position. I've done it standing, but somehow coming out through my root chakra, particularly, was very powerful. And then sending this light that's kind of woven, the light coming down, the stream coming down through the tree, through me simultaneously, filling myself up, and then down through my root chakra into the root system of the tree. And what I had envisioned was what I came to call this tree root matrix that underground that surrounds the earth, connecting with all the other roots in the earth. And interestingly, years later, when I started reading some wonderful books about the way that trees talk to each other, there's a beautiful book called The Hidden Life of Trees by I can never remember his last name, by a German forester, Peter Wolfenberg or something like that. I'll put it in my YouTube description. And came to discover years later that there is actually a way that the root systems and the fungus and the mitochondria of the roots are connected to each other. So I envisioned this coming in and first connecting with the roots of the tree that I was sitting under. And then from there, with each inhale, bringing this light into my body, exhale, sending it out through my own root chakra into the roots of the tree, and then imagining it spreading first to local trees nearby, and then gradually into the immediate area, and then literally to the world, so that in my mind's eye, I could actually see the world kind of glimmering with this inside, with this tree root map matrix. And as this was happening, I actually felt kind of these pops and crackles. And what I was getting is that there were a couple of things that came through, that it was sort of like a chiropractic adjustment, that these were sublexations and places that needed to be cleared out in the energetic area of the root of the tree, and that I could, by bringing in the light through myself, through this tree that I was leaning against, that I could begin first to clear out. And the idea was first to clear out the roots of the tree that I was sitting under, but then to imagine pop, with all of these light tendrils, these root lights being sent in all directions. So it literally encompasses and surrounds the world. So the other phrase that came through was that I was recalibrating the crust with the wobble. So the crust, the outer layer of the earth, with the wobble that happens. The earth, wobbles on its axis a little bit. And there was something about energizing, re-energizing, focusing on this tree root matrix that would help to do that. And then, so I would just do that until it felt right. And I have obviously since then have now done it under every tree imaginable, including my ones back in New York City, where I tend to find sometimes if it's a new tree for me, that the roots feel a little gooey or a little stuck. So I just, rather than even go on and send it out from the tree that I'm under, I kind of concentrate on healing the roots of the tree that I'm in, so that it can be a healthy conduit for sending out and reconnecting with the larger worldwide global tree root matrix. So you see what I mean? This was really quite an astounding experience for me. The other thing that came through was a mudra, where I put my pinky finger and my thumb together, and then my other three fingers were like this. And I had no idea what that was. Mudras are sacred hand gestures. And so I looked it up to see if there was anything that had anything like this, and found that this mudra, and I happen to have connected the other fingers, is called the Varuna mudra. And it's meant to rebalance the water in the body, which I love, being a Cancer, being a water sign, but also because this came to me while I was sitting next to this very rapidly rushing stream, and that it's to enhance your beauty, it's to help your skin, but it's really to rebalance the water in your system, so that I try to, and I don't always have water with me, but when I'm sitting under a tree and I finish this, I give a little water blessing to the tree. I just pour a little water symbolically to feed the tree with this Varuna mudra energy. So I'm looking at a few of my notes to see if I've told you all the little cool things that came through in this. So I invite you to just experiment with that. Just imagine yourself, sit yourself under a tree, imagine yourself bringing in light, bringing in divine light down through the tree, through the branches of the tree way up there. And then when it reaches you, down through your crown, the crown of the tree to your crown, down through your whole body, filling your body, and then sending it out, and making sure that you replenish yourself first. And that if you find if you're particularly depleted in general, energy-wise, it may just be enough for you to sit under the tree and receive this divine light without sending it into the roots. Just allow yourself, with the tree's natural, powerful energy, to fill you up, when it's intertwined with this divine light that we're imagining coming down from the cosmos. So lots of interesting things there. So I would love to hear your experience with it. Please do. If you go out and do this, I've taught it at workshops, I've shared it with so many people over the years, and would love to hear what your experience with Earthmending is. That's what it was called in this meditation, and that's what I continue to call it. Thanks so much for being with me, and I'll see you back here next month when I share with you some of my very favorite goddess chants. Bye for now.